Anyway, yesterday
Mm-hmm.
we was talking about
Mm-hmm.
like what brought you into um, creating music, and you
Mm-hmm.
said we started talking about the different genres. You know, DJs who play one style of music,
Mm-hmm.
and um, DJs who play multi genres of
Mm-hmm.
music,
More open format.
more open format,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we just started discussing how you wanted to combine both those worlds.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I come from the open format. I'm always going to be open format. I'm leaning more towards. I enjoy playing house music a lot more.
Right.
More recently,
Mm-hmm.
last couple of years, and I fell in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell in love with it from a standpoint of going to these events and going to these festivals and going to these parties and being a patron.
Right.
That's something that I didn't really do too much of when I would just DJ, I guess, your traditional open format gig, or what people consider open format now,
Right.
which is more just like hip hop, R&B, top 40.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really go out to those kind of events, so
Yeah,
it didn't feed me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But going to house events with that music, it fed me, and that's what led me to fall in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I just started creating it. I've always created it, but I got more comfortable creating it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I fought that for a while.
Right. And this new song that we just put out,
Mm-hmm.
was that a combination of all those things you just mentioned?
I believe so. I used to have a conversation with a friend of mine, Dane,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that I really wanted to encapsulate, but I never figured out a way to do it, was to put my life experiences into music.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time, I'm able to do that because I'm putting my experiences of what I hear, what I experience when I feel, how I move, how I see a crowd move. I'm putting that into a record and reliving that in the creative process.
I see.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I
Yeah.
mean, and I looked at your Ableton organization.
Yeah.
I was blown away, honestly,
Yeah.
by all the parts. I mean,
Mhm.
there were. I mean, you taught me a couple of things on there about
Mhm.
the organization of it. So what's like your, without giving too much away, what's
Mhm.
your thought process
Behind that?
behind, the organization and all that stuff?
It started, it started for me because my entry point at the beginning of me starting to make music was from an engineer's perspective outside of DJing. So from an engineer's perspective, I've always heard tales of you get unorganized sessions.
Yeah.
So because I mix my own records, I need to organize it as I go along. So part of that is just organization, so I know how to mix it, or I know how things need to be affected, or I bust things together.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really, you're getting a visual for like my mixing mind,
Right.
just throughout my production.
Which I saw.
Yeah.
I found it amazing.
You know? Yeah, I mix as I go.
How you organize, and I mean, I think most people mix as they go, and but just some of the tools you used, and some of the samples and just the way you organize them, it was really refreshing. When I first heard this track, when you played this for me,
I appreciate that.
I knew right away. I was like, this is something special.
Yeah.
And I was like, everyone's gonna like this. I even knew, well, no, I didn't know. I think we were debating at the time if we should do soulful or jacking.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided on jacking because of just, what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it's in the 20s on the chart.
Which
on
is
jacking,
amazing.
Which is
is
fantastic.
crazy. Yeah.
Just released your first release, your house
Yeah.
release, and it's doing
Yeah.
so well. I'm really
Yeah.
excited about
I
that.
appreciate that.
I really am.
Thank you for believing in it. It's really difficult at times. Again, just speaking for myself, creating things, and then I'll be honest with you, creating things and believing in it, that it's there's something more there than satisfies me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you were I told you before, you were like the guiding light in it. Like,
Right.
oh wait, there's something there. You know what I
Right,
mean? 'Cause I just
right.
sent it to you as an idea, like, hey, there's something fooling around with.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, there's something there. Focus in on that. Finish
Right.
it up.
Right.
And I was like, all right, cool. And it was refreshing, man. You know what I mean? Like that process was as much work that was put in. It was effortless.
Right.
Because I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed mixing it. I really enjoyed figuring things out, nudging things, moving things around. You know, my goal is to replicate not the sound but that process.
The process.
With all things moving forward. Easier said than done.
Of course.
You know.
Of course.
You know, but I'm working on it.
But I think you got the. Excuse me. I think you got the development part of it down, and I think you already on the road for your process. I think you already have that. I think you just need to keep doing things. That's it.
Yeah.
Without thinking about it, just do it. I think it's all there, and I mean, I guess that's all I got for right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all good.
Anything you want to add?
Not really. I know that the thing that sparked this conversation in general for this whole thing was we were talking, like you said, yesterday, and it was I was telling you that I love this. I love the sound of what's out now.
Yeah,
I do, but I feel like, especially with some of the soulful house music, I feel like there's a disconnect with a larger audience, so to speak.
True.
I say that sensitively, you know what I mean? Because there's an audience for everything.
Yeah, I get it.
But you know, I want to hear and see, from my experiences so far, I want to hear and see more. I can't explain it. More. I don't want. That sounds so cliche to saying more soul, right? But I just want more feeling in some of the music, or I want to put more feeling that inspired me. Put it that way.
Got it.
I want to put more feeling that inspired me and figure out a way to translate the things that I'm inspired by, whether it be something like The Roots or Dilla or you know, Evelyn Champagne, whoever it is, like figure out a way to put this in a more high octane party lucid environment.
I see.
Yeah. We can keep or cut that, but it's what
doesn't matter.
The more
we just having a conversation.
Yeah.
So you touched on soulful house. That's usually where I'm at in soulful house, but I think I know for myself, and I'm pretty sure for you too, everything counts, including the way it sounds, the way it's produced, the way it's arranged, the artwork. All of it seems to be one body in itself, and you don't want to put out something that doesn't have a full body. You know, like if you were making a person, you're not gonna leave the head out. Right. You know, you're gonna make sure there's hands, arms, legs, and a head. So the way I see it, and I'm not, you know, I don't know if you see it this way, which I think you do, is that you have to have the full body, all the parts, and they all have to coincide in order for you to release it. Right. You feel that way?
100%.
Yeah.
That's why it takes me so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, sometimes you got to get to the point where you're like,
let go.
You let it go.
Yeah.
And then that's where, you know, you bounce it off somebody else.
Yeah.
You could be done.
You know, that's a funny thing you just mentioned that, because I did that a lot with this record. You know what I mean? Started with you, and then this record started in November. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it just got released now. So it started in November, and then all throughout my traveling and me going to different shows and playing, and even playing out, I would play it for people. I would play it for people personally. I would play it out at shows.
Yeah.
And I would take everyone's criticism. You know, some people were like this and that and this, you know, and I crowdsourced, so to speak, I crowdsourced the editing process.
I see.
You know what I mean? And for me, I feel like it resonates with me, but now it'll resonate with more people because I've crowdsourced amongst, you know, 20, 30 people.
Got it.
In reference to input.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sounds good, but what we should say is everyone should go to TrackSource and pick this up.
Oh, yeah. Go to TrackSource.
They should go to TrackSource and pick it up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's keep it going.
Yeah, and if you're not a TrackSource person, In a week or so, it'll be on Spotify and everywhere else. So
Apple Music and everywhere.
Yeah, just go get it. Go
yeah,
get it.
please.
All right. Thank you.